Hey guys, it's Ed again. Well, guess where I am? Back at the barn. And about 5 days later, and the old fork truck looks like air, definitely air, and got air, and up here, oh, train's going by, so, and there's air in the front tire. But this one here, darn train, probably you guys can't even hear me. Yeah, the train goes right through the backyard. So anyway, I got a plan. I designed a tool here that who knows might work. Basically, I got a piece of square tubing, and I've got a little triangular bracket here. I got to get that through there better so it actually can put more weight. And then this extends up onto the tire like a big breaker bar. And then it goes out here. If I need an extension, I can add that 2-inch there, 1.5 inches or whatever it is, out to a floor jack that'll be put up on blocks that will break the tire free. It's like a Rube Goldberg, experiment, you know? You got to put here, this, there, make sure this hits this, that, everything does that, and all that goes together. I sprayed the inside the best I could with blaster, and we're going to, I'm pretty sure the other side's free, it's just this side that's frozen up in the brake drum. There is a brake, I think a brake handle, and I am getting it, I sprayed it, and I'm getting it to kind of work a little bit. Right here, this red handle, and so it's moving. Don't look like it is, but it is. So I'm not really sure if I would assume that it has to push down on this, which would pull on this rod, push on that rod, you'd think. Okay, so here's our non-OSHA approved setup here. And you can see floor jack underneath the bar against the tire. What could go wrong? It's got to work. Or not. Not completely centered under the bar, but we'll see what happens here. Probably run out of jack. Because it pulls back on it. Getting close to the top of the jack. I may need more blocking. Lost a lot of pressure there. I wonder if it actually moved. That ain't working. Holy camoly. Well, I could try to take the nuts and tires off. Chances of that, slim to none. I sprayed them, but without torches. we'll give it a try, see what happens. Maybe it'll work. Okay, well, that went better than I expected it. It fought me a little bit. All the nuts came off real easy except for this one right here. That one there, it's a weird wedge, and I believe it to be broke. See this one? That's kind of the way it's supposed to be. And this one here is broke, which caused the nut to suck in too deep when they put it on. And it wasn't on too tight, thank God. And I was able to basically catch it with the edge of a broken drill bit. That's what I used as a chisel, because I knew it'd be hard, and believe it or not, it spun that sucker off. So it looks like there's a snap ring. I've never taken one of these apart, but you guys can see there's a rusty, crusty snap ring here, and that's quite flexible actually. It moves quite easy, and I believe there to be one. It's hard to see, maybe I can get a light in there a little bit. There's one right here. So, and the split in it is right here, which is very odd because that's the only thing that I can see that is going to hold that inner tire in, but it's not going to wedge the tire in. So, you know, it's just going to hold it there from popping off, but it's not going to be a drive wheel. So these would be the ones that would get the wedge and be the drive. That one there must just be kind of a dummy for support. Very interesting. Never quite seen anything like that. But I think what we're going to try to do, since we got it kind of apart, is I think I'm going to take that heavy solid square bar there. I'm going to try wedging that in here somewhere. And if I can catch, these are curved, but if I can catch that enough and then get the jack under it, it's not going to give like the rubber on the tire does. So maybe I can get it to spin loose. Here's the contraption. We got a bar, floor jack, and oh, look at that. Did you guys see that? It's moving. We got some rotation. She's going. Awesome. That's freaking great. Well, I am going to work this thing around a few times. Not really sure. I'll probably just have to go as high as I can, release it, catch it again, and maybe I'll get it to where I can actually move it by hand. We'll check the back wheel, which I think is okay, because I don't think there's any brakes. So as long as the bearing rolls. The other side I think was okay. I moved it by hand a little bit, and it seemed like it was moving. So it was just this one, hopefully, that's hung. And if not, well, we'll go to the other side and work on that side. But, oh, we're a step closer to getting this old girl out of here. She needs to get out and get cleaned up and get put back to work, hopefully. You're kind of hanging upside down, but I think you can see that little pan and the oil plug here, which I did kind of loosen up. Found this old rusty wrench laying on the firewall there, or up on the floorboard or someplace, and I think it kind of fits. How much water do you think is in her, girls? I think she's gonna be, this old girl's probably right full of water. But let's see if it's antifreeze or water. Oh, you know what? That's oil. Maybe gas. Get the pin back in it, Ed. I'm holding back the dike. Come on. Oh, she's fighting me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, this sucks. And I'm not left-handed, you know. Come on. Okay, I gotta get you guys out of the way. Because... Okay. Let me get a rag. Okay. Well, if you guys can see in that bucket, it's oil. No water. Thank goodness, man. I was kind of sweating that because there's really no water in it. At least that I can see up here in the top, but it's pretty rusty. I'll show you how rusty it is. It's pretty rusty. Let's see if I get a look. You guys see in there? She pretty rusty. So, but yeah, I mean, even actually it's not even more rust as it is chipmunk crap in there. But the cap is even rusted out. So, but that's good news that it doesn't have water in the base. I was kind of concerned about that. The other thing that's kind of neat is it's got a Holley carburetor, and I think it's an old GM, like they would have put on a 220. What were they? Not 225. That would have been a slant 6 Dodge. But I found a carburetor for like, I think a bolt right on there for like 80 bucks. I think it's a Chinese carb, but who cares? Radiator. It's a side over here is where it dumps, and then back out the top. Up here in the center, got a pretty good sized tank on it. So worst case, I can always put aluminum radiator in it or something to that effect. Batteries, that'll be a whole nother nightmare. But yeah, she's coming. Debating on putting the wheel back on it because we got the tire off over here, and it does turn. So it turns with a bar. She's not the easiest to turn thing, but you see, so especially in that direction, she gets a little tight. But it does turn. I've rotated it a few times. I may try to see if I ran out of PB Blaster, only had a half can anyway. And so I'm debating on putting that wheel back on. I don't think I really need to. That snap ring, I'll keep that on there. So might as well not. It'll be a little bit narrower too to squeak it up on the trailer. A little easier to get the air in the tire, all that good stuff. So, old Junior samples. Maybe you guys will get the hee-haw reference if you guys are old enough to remember that show. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna call this video here. I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing and commenting and following us along on digging this old girl out of this barn. I was checking that staircase out. That thing's crazy, all the way up into the cupola. And if you notice right there about in the middle of the screen, there's a missing step. That one's a doozy. Wonder who stepped on that. I bet they splatted right about on top of that lawnmower. So, anyway, guys, thanks again. Bye.